So we just got out of watching Space Jam: A New Legacy, and I went to the movies with a few friends of mine. This is Maiden here. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Good day, good day. What did you think of Space Jam 2: A New Legacy?
It's pretty enjoyable, I guess. Like in terms of just the PG audience, they could just understand it pretty well. In terms of just basketball, they can also enjoy the sport of basketball, but only in the cartoonish Looney Tunes vibe. So it's good for them to even enjoy it. So
I think the way that they did all the basketball stuff, like kind of making a video game kind of cover, like there was a line I forgot the other movie where they're like kids, this is why this is why you should learn from video games. It was some cheesy line like that. I was just like, that was funny. But yeah, this I really enjoyed the movie as well. I think this is a really good sequel. It's a great story continuation from where the first one left off. It does I guess hit the same charm, because I remember watching Looney Tunes when I was a kid and all that, and I think this movie certainly brought back those memories of why that show was so funny to me, and why I love characters like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Also, and keep in mind that we watched the film in terms of just with no unbiased opinion, in terms of just how we watched it was not like based on just because it's a PG or like a Space Jam vibe. It's just because it's based on nostalgia, because we watched the original film before. And obviously they copied that from like the storyline of Michael Jordan to LeBron James, because it still keeps the same storyline with him being trapped in a space world. I mean, a game world. Sorry, from this new journey.
Yes.
While in the original, I think it was, what was it? Is it like a Looney Tunes world? Was it?
Actually, no. Yeah, that's where the basketball game was held. Was in the Looney Tunes world. Was in the world. Yeah. So they brought they made like human versions. Well, like kind of like semi-human versions. Would you say of their characters? And like at first that was weird, but it does, I feel like, fit with the tone and the premise of this movie. Okay, so now I want to ask you, what did you think of the comedy in this movie? Because this is more marketed towards kids and obviously people who grew up with Looney Tunes, like myself. And did you watch Looney Tunes as a kid?
Nah, I didn't know. I'm more into the 2002 vibes of just on my cable with like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. I have seen a little bits of it. Yeah. I only remember Tom and Jerry. That's about it in terms of just some really 90s.
Right.
But yeah, that's the only thing I enjoy from Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, right. To me, I think even as a kids movie, even if you're an adult watching this, which I'm sure a lot of adults would take their kids to see this, I think this is a really enjoyable movie. I think it's a really funny movie. Like, I was laughing quite often. I have not laughed this much in a movie for ages, because I'm not really into comedies, and as I've said, I think in some of my past videos, I don't really like comedies. I'm not the type of person to really laugh that much. But this movie had me cracking up from beginning to start. This is a really funny movie. There's which you and I can both agree, this is probably one of the funniest jokes in the movie, the Michael Jordan joke.
You'll see that.
We won't spoil that, but
they did have Michael Jordan's show there.
Yes,
they just won't tell you how it is.
Yes, Michael Jordan is most definitely in this movie. In some way. I don't know. That's really all we can say. And I also think, as far as bringing back Bugs Bunny and the voice actors, I'm not sure if this is the returning cast from the original show or not, but I thought the voice actors did a really good job with their delivery. And this is a very self-aware movie as well.
In terms of just the sport, I know most of the basketball players and even the commentator, Ernie Johnson, so they really did that well in terms of just even though it's kind of a sponsor thing with showing themselves as actual NBA stars and the actual WNBA players, so female and professional basketball players, they did at least a decent job in at least acting into it. So, but obviously their voices are carried out to be their cartoonish selves, which becomes the monster versions of themselves. When they steal the ability of a player, they become a monster version of themselves. So, yeah.
Yeah,
They did well.
exactly. And there are a lot of references in here as well to past movies. One in particular, Game of Thrones, which
Yeah.
at first I was very divided on that, since this is a PG movie. I'm not sure how many kids would know what Game of Thrones
Yeah,
is.
R-rated show,
Yes, that's an R-rated show.
Yeah,
I don't know
no
many
way.
kids out here, but I didn't even know Warner Bros. Owned.
I know,
Um,
right? I
and
wanna see
like
that.
the other thing I love about this movie, which I did not expect going in, if I'm being honest, is the whole Warnerverse that this movie set up, and where it's kind of taking place at Warner Studios. I
Yeah.
love that fucking idea. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
The ending as well. With there's one beatbox in particular which is quite amusing to watch.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know how to describe it because
Yeah.
it is just
Honestly,
it's you will have to watch the movie. Like, you will know the scene when you watch it.
yeah. In my opinion, if you like the original and you're like into the basketball sport, or maybe not if you don't want to, or maybe if you're young and you're also in the sport of basketball, or you're not interested, because it depends if you're really into the whole cliche with Looney Tunes. But in terms of just me being invested, because I'm still an adult right now, but at the point I just felt like I was so invested in the end game. So which is a really good payoff, at least, in terms of just, we want to see some basketball. You get some basketball with cartoonish Looney Tune vibes, obviously. So at least it delivers that in the end scene. So I'm proud of that.
Yes, yeah. The ending I thought was really good. Like,
Yeah.
when all of these characters, like, there's like Pennywise, Batman, and there's just like so many characters. I mean, I'm sure there's tons I didn't even notice that were there. Like, the ending is very, what's the word? It's very nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it doesn't disappoint. Yeah.
The ending made me really happy. And
Definitely,
yeah, you are right. The movie does
Yeah.
not disappoint. I just went way past my expectations. I went in like loving the original, and I wanted to see a great sequel, which this definitely does deliver on. But then besides that, I didn't really know what to expect. I stayed away from a lot of the early reactions to this movie. I think I only watched one of the trailers. And I think that definitely helped with my enjoyment of the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, do you have any final thoughts on the movie?
Any final thoughts? I guess, like, in terms of just Space Jam versus Black Widow, if you're still like thinking of watching one of them, I would say maybe if you're into Marvel, and then obviously if you already rewatch all the Marvel films and you already caught up with Winter Soldiers and probably Avengers, then you probably can catch up with Black Widow, because when I watched it didn't really make sense to me, because obviously it was supposed to be releasing in 2015 but got delayed. So, but for Space Jam, at least I was very casual about it. Obviously it's not that very complex with the whole plot, but obviously it gives you the nostalgic vibes with just cartoon basketball. So that's all I'm waiting for. That's just cartoonish basketball for Looney Tunes. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Love the movie.
And now out of 10, what would be your grade for this movie?
In terms of 10, I would just give it either 6 or 7. I would say 7.
7 out of
Because
10, alright.
because I at least enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But in terms of just the plot, obviously it's like they cannot change it. Obviously it's for kids, because
of course,
but I watch a lot about one of the best basketball movies arguably is Coach Carter, in terms of just
Coach Carter, yeah.
serious basketball movie, or just anything really if it's a basketball. But obviously I'm just missing that type of vibe with the sport of basketball being shown to theaters. But I don't really think it's just the most, like, how do you explain this, you be engaged in it, but you can be engaged in moments where you think it's funny, but sometimes you feel like it gets a little corny and cringe. Because there's some moments I cringe at moments at the end. So
yes, I agree.
Even though I don't know if kids will enjoy it, or maybe they'll lack interest.
Yeah,
in
like,
it,
I mean, like, I feel like this is a movie that's made more on the kids' side. It's made to entertain. I really don't feel like it fails on that at all. I think it's a very entertaining movie.
Yeah,
I think kids will enjoy it.
Yeah, and also in terms of the message, because this plot is basically LeBron and his son, and how they basically execute it with it's basically a moral message of being yourself, and that's basically the whole point of the film, of like LeBron and his relationship with his son. Even though I wish they kind of like contribute that with like maybe having his son memories with LeBron back then when he was
Yeah.
like still young at his rookie years. Maybe when LeBron was still in his rookie years, he may as well had like a relationship with his son maybe at that point. But I don't really mind at that because it didn't make me emotional. But obviously the kids will probably maybe feel emotional. But at least they get the moral of the message that have to be yourself, have to be your a parent will always look over your child, and that's
Yeah, no, like I think it's a good message. I think it's a good message for kids to hear at this age that that they can open up to the parents about anything, and they will help them through. And that's kind of how this movie ends, which is a very good ending.
Yeah, parents' goals don't influence you. You just be yourself and just know that you can just work hard with doing that.
Exactly, because I feel like people have to respect you for who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think my overall grade for this movie, like I'm going to go a little bit higher than you in an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I was laughing quite often. When a movie can make me laugh, that ups the grade a lot for me. But yeah, it's I haven't seen Black Widow though. I will get around to doing a movie review.
I recommend you at least watch I guess Winter Soldier or maybe the Avengers. I think actually after Captain America, so Winter Soldier.
Yeah, like I've seen all the Marvel movies. So
as long as you get the context. But for me, I didn't understand the context because I should have watched it back in the Disney Plus.
Well, have you seen all the Marvel movies?
Nah, I mean I really forgot all the. I mean, in terms of that time order thing, I seen like in Google, they're basically an image of it. Basically, you have to watch like first, and then someone the order. Basically, I might as well, if I'm thinking about it, maybe the holidays, get like the Disney Plus, and might as well rewatch it, and then hopefully I can actually enjoy Black Widow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I really want to enjoy it, even though, like I mean, Marvel movies are okay. It's just I feel like I'm just kind of getting sick of superhero movies now.
Because you're just watching 2 hours of an arc, and then all of a sudden it's just complexity of just hero good versus evil, at least.
I mean, like as long as the movie's entertaining and has a good story, which Black Widow I feel like there is going to be much more of a backstory to a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm looking forward to checking that out. Mason, once again, thanks for coming for coming on my channel. It was good doing this movie review with you. I hope to see more movies with you. We can do more.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we can do more videos. Yeah, like you and I can maybe go, Mason, go. But yeah, maybe you and I can review Black Widow together because I've not seen it. Yeah, but anyways,
you can come to my house and then just watch it. Through Disney Plus.
You have Disney Plus. Nice. But anyways, let me know down in the comments, guys. Have you seen Space Jam: A New Legacy, or have you seen Black Widow? What do you think of those two movies? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright.
Peace.
Bye.